Hey guys, welcome. I am Orlando and you are watching Sin City Cycling, and today is the start of our new AliExpress build. We are building a mountain bike this time with all of the parts having been sourced from AliExpress. We're going to start with the frame here first, which is a brand called BXT. They are a better known brand there in China. They have a bigger warehouse and a bigger production facility, so I felt it's a little bit safer going with them. They do have a 10-year or 2-year warranty against breaks and damage. And as you can see, our friend of Sin City Cycling, Nick, has laid down an absolutely sick paint job on this carbon frame. And it is all carbon fiber, by the way, so the entire frame. And you can get a really good look at some of the work he did here. You can even see the wood grain in the frame with the metal flake. And it's absolutely stunning. We did have some people that didn't like the things I did to my last AliExpress build, so we decided to go a different route on this one, and I couldn't be happier with the way the frame turned out. It is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so that's our frame. Set her down over here. And we just start at this side here. Our forks are a 100mm travel fork set from a company called Bellany. They are air-filled shocks. You have a little Schrader valve here and a lockout. As you guys know, I'm a road bike rider, so I'm not really sure how all of this stuff works yet, but we'll go ahead and learn that on the way. So this is pretty much the main part of the bike's suspension. They look like they're a pretty solid build. Let's see, moving along. These are the bars. See, I'd originally bought these, and I know through shipping you can't really tell what these are, so you know. Anyway, they were supposed to be a longer bar, and when they got here they were really short. So our friend Nick,
I think that's the China bar tape.
Yeah, no, it is actually. You know, that way it comes and it's already pre-cushioned. You just gotta cut a little spot for the stem and you're good to go.
That's for extra bumpy roads.
So Nick happened to have on hand a longer drop bar. And I know a lot of you didn't want me to go drop bar just because of the off-road nature of the build was going to require a straight bar. But these drop bars are a, let me see, what are we saying here? 500mm width. So these are really, really wide. So I think that these will fit the bill. So I'll be able to hold, yeah, they fit right inside on these other ones here. So you can definitely see it. And I believe these other ones that I ordered were 440, which I thought was going to be a lot larger than it actually looks. So I believe we're going to go with the bar that Nick gave us. So that's one of those things that isn't being sourced from AliExpress, but we did buy the original bars from AliExpress. So the intention for everything being bought from AliExpress was there. The stem is a 100mm carbon tube with aluminum lugs. It says it's Dita, but again, it's bought from AliExpress, so you can never tell. I mean, it could be counterfeit. It may or may not be. I am not sure. I don't know Dita's brand well enough to be able to tell. A couple of the items that we bought that weren't from AliExpress would be the bar tape, which is one that I always like using. This is SRAM Super Cork. It's anywhere from $12 to $14 from Amazon. Great stuff. The tire tape, which is to help thorn-proof and prevent us from getting too many flat tires out on the trail. That was also from Amazon. Okay, so moving right along, a lot of you have already seen the video that I did with the unboxing with the Sensah Groupset, so I'm not going to pay too much attention to Sensah except to just show, you know, what we got here. So we are going with a 1x system, and we have 12 speed on the back, so that's a 12-speed shifter. Actuates like SRAM. If you're familiar with SRAM mechanical, that's pretty much how this shifts. It's a long swing for upshift, and downshift is just a quick little press. So that's a 12-speed shifter. It comes pre-installed with the shift cable. The brake cable you have to do yourself. Seat post, carbon fiber. It came with the frame, so that'll be something that goes with the frame. I forgot what I was going to say there, so don't mind me. Cranks. Now the cranks were a little bit strange for me. You know, I've built a few bikes in my day, and I've never seen non-drive side axle. So we have drive side here, which does not have the axle connecting to non-drive side. So I'm curious to see how that'll work. I'm not sure why they would do something like that. Maybe strength. Maybe they just didn't know what they were doing. I'm not quite sure. Here we have the spider for, what's the word I'm looking for? For the chainring. So that would fit on the back of the crank, and the chainring would fit to that. And as far as the chainring goes, we went with a 42T up front. And remember that we bought these for the gravel bike that we were going to build, which turned out being the War Evader GS. They were nice enough to give us a whole frame, and that's why I still have these parts left over, and that's why we are going with drop bar originally. Down the road, we might go ahead and switch to a straight bar, which I'm pretty sure will probably be what happens. I have a lot of feedback regarding on whether or not it's going to be a lot easier to ride that way. Anyway, rear derailleur, 12 speed, like I said. It has a built-in clutch to keep the tightness for the chain so the chain doesn't slap. I'm not sure how good it is. This will be something that we learn together. There have been a couple of channels that have tested some of these, Trace being one of them. And I believe Trace actually used the same brakes. And speaking of the brakes, we went mechanical disc, which, you know, it's cheaper and easier to maintain. And on these mechanical disc brakes, it has a hydraulic cylinder built in. So it's kind of a hybrid of mechanical hydraulic type of brake. So we have the hydraulic cylinder that's being compressed by the pull of the cable. So I'm curious to see how those are going to turn out. I did have one commenter on the unboxing video of this brake set say that we would need adapters for the brakes. And it turns out that he was right. Only one of the brakes appears to have come with this adapter, and it looks like I'll need that type of thing for both of them to work. So I'm gonna have to source that after the fact. Bottom bracket, BSA type of bottom bracket. Like I said, I got the frame with the BSA type. If you remember last time, we had some issues with the bottom bracket, and I wanted to make sure that that was gonna be not an issue this time. The rotors that come with the Groupset are also Z-Race. They're 140 millimeters on both front and back. So that's our rotors. The cassette is a 46 to 11. So, and this is a 12 speed, like I mentioned previously. So 12 speed cassette, and that thing is monstrous. You know, I'm a road bike rider, and I mean, you could have lunch on this thing, it's so big. So that is that. It also comes with chain, and for some reason they sent two. Maybe one's longer, one shorter. I'm not quite sure why. It does come with the hardware for brakes and the front. That's the hardware for the bottom bracket. Let's see. Okay, tires. Tires was one other thing that we didn't source from AliExpress. I actually found these on Craigslist, and they are Continental Trail Kings. And I picked these up for about 40 bucks. It's a brand new tire, and I believe it's 29 by 2.5. I'd have to find it. I'd have to find it on here, but yeah, I believe it's 29 by 2.5. That's what we went with, and now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it any. Oh, it's 2.4 here. If you guys can see here, 2.4. So I'm assuming that that's the width. Okay, and rims. The rims we got are from a company called Pasic. They are disc brake rims, 6-bolt, so pretty standard stuff. Comes with an adapter. I don't think we're going to need that, but they are all aluminum, and they seem like a pretty decent rim. I believe we paid right around $70-ish for these. I'd have to go back and check, but if you guys go back and look at the project overview video, I went through all the pricing in that one, and I'll go ahead and leave a link down in the description below if you guys want to check out the pricing, or you want to look at the frame, or maybe buy some of that stuff. I always get inquiries on that, so I'll leave all that information down in the description if you guys want to check that out. But we're going to go ahead today, and we're going to go ahead and start mocking the bike up and see if we can find the rest of the problems that we have here. That is our parts list. I don't think I missed anything. We went through all of that, and I think that's pretty much it. As always, I appreciate you guys checking us out. If you want to leave us a comment down below and ask us some stuff, I always try to get to those Please think about hitting that like and that subscribe button. It's always very helpful. As always, I am Orlando. Let's go ahead and get into this build. That was long-winded. Like I got halfway through and forgot what I was saying.
10 minutes.
Like I said, the parts video will be just a video by itself.